Dan Heyman, Senior Editor at Vicarious, coming to you from Austin, Texas. And with me today, along with you fine folks, of course, as I always like to say, is this. This is the 2025 Kia K4. This is the replacement for the Kia Forte Compact that's done after the 2024 model year, and they're replacing it with this. Obviously, it's a bold new statement when it comes to styling with these new headlights available in either 3-bulb or 6-bulb form, depending on which of the trims you order. We get into that in a second. Nice alloy wheels available in 16 all the way to 18-inch sizes, and you've got, this is kind of like a matte gray colorway, which is kind of neat. There's also a red color choice and a blue. There are two engine choices for the Kia K4, both 4 cylinders. One is a naturally aspirated 2-liter, good for 147 horsepower and 132 pound-feet of torque, and it feeds its power through an IVT, an intelligent variable transmission, otherwise known as a CVT to most people, to the front wheel. The other engine is a 1.6-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, good for 190 horsepower and 195 pound-feet of torque, and it feeds its power to the front wheels through an 8-speed automatic transmission. The 2025 Kia K4 will be available in 5 trims in Canada. You have the LX starting at $23,995, and you go all the way up through the EX, the EX Plus, the GT line, and the GT line Limited. That last one tops out at $34,495. The top 2 trims, the GT line, the GT line Limited, they get the turbocharged engine, the 8-speed auto. The other 3 get the IVT or automatic transmission. Styling differences between the GT line models and the EX models, they're not huge, but there are some significant ones. The GT line models get 18-inch wheels, and they also get the 6-bulb treatment up here as well. Inside, it's a whole nother story. So let's go have a look in there right now. So not only is the Kia K4 a little more adventurous when it comes to exterior styling than the Forte was, inside there's quite a few changes as well. This is one of the larger cabins in the segment, a segment which includes stuff like the Honda Civic, the Mazda 3, Subaru Impreza, Volkswagen Jetta, and so on. There's more room inside here, and the big one is actually rear seat leg room. This has the most rear seat leg room of any vehicle in the segment, which is pretty good. Headroom's not bad either. I don't have the sunroof here. If you upgrade to the EX Plus and above, you do get the sunroof, so a little bit of less headroom when you add the sunroof, but this is not too bad. All K4s get a fully digitized dash, 12.3-inch gauge cluster, 12.3-inch infotainment display as well, which gives you wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, and there's wireless charging as well. If you prefer to plug in, you can do that with 2 USB-C ports up front and 2 in the rear. The GT line and up, that gets kind of a third 5-inch screen between the 2 screens, and that is a climate control screen. If you don't like using a touchscreen though for your climate control, maybe you're wearing gloves or so on, there's also traditional hard buttons down here as well, and I like that. What I don't like as much is until you get to the GT line, there's no automatic climate control. You just got to press up on the fan, change the temperature and so on. There's no readout to know what your climate control is because it's not automatic. I think that feature should come down the line a little bit, maybe to the EX Plus. Otherwise, it's nice in here. This being the EX, this has cloth seating. The EX Plus and above gets a synthetic leather seating, whereas the GT line gets some white piping. Looks a little more interesting that way. The steering wheel is very interesting here. It's got a flat bottom and a flat top, so it doesn't affect your view forward too much, and you don't bump your legs when you're turning it. I like that. I've got heated seats here as well. I've got a heated steering wheel. You can adjust those through the buttons up here. It's actually a heated steering wheel at the 2 levels, so that's pretty cool, I think. And it's a nice interior. 6-speaker audio here. As you move up the line, you can go all the way up to an 8-speaker Harman Kardon system, which is, that's a great sound system. Harman Kardon does great quality stuff, so you want to keep that in mind, but 6 speakers is still pretty good. But the big thing for me here is just how much room there is in the back. It's really quite nice, and how much trunk space there is as well. This is a very cool looking car. The compact car segment is the hottest selling segment when it comes to cars these days, as opposed to crossovers and so on, and so Kia is putting their best foot forward here with the K4. Again, the 2025 Kia K4 starts at $23,995. They're on dealers now, dealer lots now. The turbocharged one comes a little bit later in the year, so you want to keep that in mind. Thank you for tuning in to this quick look at the 2025 Kia K4. For Vicarious Magazine, I'm Senior Editor Dan Heyman. Have a look at our website, vicariousmag.com, for all your compact car needs, as well as your luxury car needs, sports car, motorcycle, and so on. And have a look at our e-motion section as well for answers to your most pressing e-mobility questions. So thanks again for tuning into this video, and we'll see you guys soon.